Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code VIKAS10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic appointments and resignation for September month. Session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, identify the country that appointed Phunthum Venchai as the acting prime minister of the country. So it is Thailand. Right option is Thailand. Next, who was appointed as the 29th Controller General of Accounts in the Department of Expenditure in September, succeeding SS Dubey. So TCA Kalyani, right? He has been appointed as the 29th Controller General of Accounts in the Ministry of in the Department of Expenditure under the Ministry of Finance, and he succeeded whom? He succeeded SS Dubey. Important thing, he is the 29th Controller General of Accounts. Next is, who was reappointed as the non-executive chairman of Yes Bank Limited till 13th of May 2027 by RBI. So Rama Subramaniam Gandhi was reappointed as the non-executive chairman here, and he was first appointed as the part-time chairman of Yes Bank in September 2022 for a period of 3 years. Next, mention the company that appointed Sukhmal Chand Jain as the chairman and managing director in September. So which is that company? It is RVNL, that is Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, and he succeeded whom? He succeeded Pradeep Gaur. Next, Skechers USA. Skechers is a footwear brand, right? Sports footwear brand, correct? So Skechers USA Incorporation has signed whom as their brand ambassador with their aim to strengthen their expansion into Indian cricket. So who is the who has been appointed as the brand ambassador? Mohammad Siraj. Next, identify the person elected as the chairman of Association of Mutual Funds in India in September, succeeding Navneet Munot. So who is that person? Sandeep Sikka is the person, right? Take a note of this. Sandeep Sikka succeeded Navneet Munot as the MD and CEO HDFC Asset Management Corporation, right? And Vishal Kapoor, he succeeded Anthony Heredia as the MD and CEO of Mahindra Manulife Mutual Fund, correct? So remember this also. And who is the chairman of the Association of Mutual Fund in India, succeeding Navneet Munot? Sandeep Sikka. Next, in September, ACC Appointments Committee of the Cabinet approved the appointment of Bhupendra Gupta as the chairman and managing director of which company, succeeding Rajkumar Chaudhary. So it is NHPC Limited, and he succeeded Rajkumar Chaudhary, who retired on 30th of June in 2025. Next, who was appointed as the new global brand ambassador of the American denim brand, that is Levi's, in September 2025. So Alia Bhatt has been appointed as the new global brand ambassador. Next, in September, who was re-elected for a third consecutive term as the Prime Minister of Jamaica after securing a majority in the parliamentary election. So Andrew Michael Holness was re-elected as the third consecutive term as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Right, take a note of this. Moving on, who was elected as the Thailand's 32nd Prime Minister, securing 311 votes in the parliament and succeeding P. Shinawatra. So right option is Anutin Charnivarukul, right, was appointed here. Next, Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha launched the Dash campaign, that is your Namo Yuva campaign. Right option is or Navo Yuva Run. Right, so it is Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha that has launched this Namo Yuva Run campaign and appointed Milind Soman and India's fitness icon as their brand ambassador with an aim to promote fitness and social awareness among the youths of India. So this was your Namo Yuva Run. Next, identify the country for which Muhammad Irfan Ali was re-elected as the president of the country in September 2025. So Guyana, right, is the country for which Muhammad Irfan Ali was re-elected as the president. Next, till when the government of India extended the tenure of Ajay Kumar Srivastav as the MD and CEO of Indian Overseas Bank, right? So which date? It is 8th of October 2027, right? Next, in September, who was appointed as the chairman of the governing board of NSE India Limited by SEBI, succeeding Girish Chandra Chaturvedi? So Injeti Srinivas was appointed as the chairman of the board of NSE India Limited, and by SEBI he was appointed here, and he succeeded Girish Chandra Chaturvedi. Moving on, mention the person who became the youngest to be appointed as the new Prime Minister of France, succeeding François Bayrou. So may mention that person. So Sebastian Lecornu was the youngest, or he has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of France and also the youngest Prime Minister of France, and he succeeded François Bayrou. Next, Jonas Gahr Store secured second consecutive term as the Prime Minister of which country? As the Prime Minister of Norway. Next, who was appointed as the new Managing Director and CEO of International Asset Reconstruction Company in September? So Abhishek Maheshwari was appointed as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of International Asset Reconstruction Company in September. Next is, in September, former Governor of Maharashtra, Chandrapuram Ponnusamy Radhakrishnan, that is CP Radhakrishnan, was sworn in as the 15th Vice President of India, succeeding Jagdeep Dhankardji, and he resigned because of health reasons. Next, identify the state for which Acharya Devvrat, the Governor of Gujarat, was given additional charge as the Governor by the President of India in September. So for which state he was given the additional charge? For Maharashtra he was given the additional charge, right? Why? Because here you can see here CP Radhakrishnan was appointed as the Vice President, who was the Governor of Maharashtra, and his place Acharya Devvrat was given this additional charge. Next, mention the name of the bank for which Ravi Ranjan was recommended for the position of Managing Director by FSIB in September, succeeding Vinay M. Tonse. So it is for State Bank of India. Important question, students. And he will be succeeding Vinay M. Tonse. Next, who became the first woman and first female Chief Justice to be appointed as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal following the resignation of KP Sharma Oli? So right option is Shushila Karki, right, became the first woman and the first female Chief Justice to be appointed as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal. Next, mention the financial institution for which Asian Appointments Committee of the Cabinet appointed L. Satya Srinivas as India's Executive Director in September, succeeding Vikas Sheel. So right option here is Asian Development Bank, ADB. Next, in September, Justice M. Sundar was appointed as the 10th Chief Justice of which state's High Court by the Ministry of Law and Justice? For Manipur. Next, in September, who was reappointed for a second term as Under Secretary General and Executive Director of United Nations Women, effective from 11th of September? So Seema Sami Bahos was appointed here as the Under Secretary General and Executive Director for a second term. Next, identify the organization for which ACC appointed Praveen Kumar as the Director General in September. So it is for ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, right? Praveer Ranjan was appointed here. Praveen Kumar was appointed here. And if we talk about Praveer Ranjan, he was appointed as the Director General for CISF. Director General for CISF. Next, who is appointed as the brand ambassador of Archery Premier League, which will be held in October in New Delhi? So Ram Charan right, appointed as the brand ambassador of Archery Premier League, which will be held in October in New Delhi. Next, who was appointed as the chair of the board of UNEP Financial Initiative Principles for Sustainable Insurance in September 2025. So, Amita Chaudhary, I repeat, Amita Chaudhary was appointed here as the chair of the board of United Nations Environment Program Financial Initiative Principles for Sustainable Development, that is PSI, in September. And she became the first woman of Indian origin to lead this global sustainable insurance board. Next, who was appointed as the new chairman and managing director of Coal India Limited, succeeding PM Prasad. So, who is he? B. Sairam. Next, Justice PB or Pavan Kumar Bhimappa Bhajantri was sworn in as the 46th Chief Justice of which city's High Court, succeeding Justice Vipul Manupai Pancholi. Right, for Patna, he was appointed here as the Chief High Court or Chief Justice of High Court, 46th Chief Justice of High Court. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be quite beneficial for you all. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the announcement of AI powered products at the 48th annual general meeting of Reliance Industries Limited that was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra. If we look at the options here, all of them are rightly mentioned here. Also remember, students, Jio, they are now giving free subscription of Gemini 2.5 Pro, right, for 18 months. Right, what Airtel was giving free subscription of Perplexity for their users, and now the Jio is giving 18 months free subscription to and it is of what? It is for the Gemini 2.5 Pro. Next, in September, the Federation of Indian Export Organization has signed a memorandum of understanding with which company to facilitate faster and compliant cross-border payments for the Indian exporters. So, it is BRICS Pay. Take a note of it. Next, India's current account deficit reduced to what amount in the first quarter of FY26 as per the data released by RBI in September. So, India's current account deficit reduced to $2.4 billion. Next, what is India's GDP forecast for FY26 as predicted in September edition of the Global Economic Outlook report released by Fitch Ratings Incorporation in September? So, what is the projected? It is 6.9% GDP projected. Next is mention the company that in September has signed a partnership agreement with French Alternative Energies and Atomic Energy Commission to accelerate innovation and industrialization of the physical artificial intelligence AI powered solutions in France. That means this physical AI means when robots they meet artificial intelligence, right? So this is being talked about to promote this physical AI powered solutions in France. So which is that company that signed an agreement here? It is Tata Consultancy Services, TCS. Next, identify the airline with which Air India has signed a code share agreement allowing Air India to place its AI designator code on flight operator by the former airlines on 2 routes. So it is Air Asthana. That means now with this AI designator code has been implemented here. That is on the 2 routes, that is including that Almaty to New Delhi and Almaty to Mumbai. Next, so this places AI designator code here. Take a note of this. Next is mention the company that partnered with Bioprime Agri Solutions Private Limited, that is Bioprime, to launch advanced soil and crop health solutions in India leveraging Bioprime's BioNexus platform. So which is that company? It is Israel's Chemical Limited. Students, you need to understand is that with technology now we have the liberty that we can check the soil health, right? We can check what are the parameters of the soil. We can check that the produce, the output that we are getting, right, of the produce, is it healthy, is it nutritious, what are the nutritions in it? So everything can be checked here. So mention that company that has partnered here with Bioprime Agri Solutions Private Limited to launch advanced soil and crop health solutions in India leveraging Bioprime's BioNexus platform. Next is what is India's GDP growth forecast for FY26 as predicted by ICRA Limited in September 2025. It is 6.5%. Next is mention the company that has signed an agreement with Wind Racers United Kingdom for the collaboration of deployment of the unmanned aerial vehicle Ultra across India. So which is it? It is Bharat Forge. Take a note of this, students. It is Bharat Forge, and the agreement was signed at the Defence and Security Equipment International 2025. That is a global defence exhibition and conference that was held in London, UK. Next is in September, Godrej Aerospace has signed a deal with Safran Aircraft Engines of France to manufacture critical components for the dash part. This is for the LEAP engine, correct, for aircraft engines developed by CFM International. Moving on, next is, students, what is India's GDP growth forecast for FY26 as predicted in a report released by Standard & Poor's, that is S&P Global India Research, in September. So according to them, it is 6.5%. Next, All India Consumer Price Index for Agriculture Labour and Rural Labour has been released by the Labour Bureau in September, that indicates that the All India CPI Consumer Price Index for AL rose to what? That is it for agriculture labor. It rose to 136.34. I correct. The option is fifth right here. Right. It rose to 136.34 in August from 135.32 in, and this is for agriculture labor. Next is GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. It has signed a deal worth $62.44 million, right, with Caston Renders Ship Makers Un Reindeer GmbH and Co, and this is for the construction of 4 hybrid multi-purpose vehicle. Take a note of this. And the latest deal builds upon the ongoing construction of a 7,500 dead weight tonnage multi-purpose vessel, and where it is at the GRSE's headquarters, that is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, identify the company with which L&T formed a strategic partnership to support the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, a 5th generation stealth fighter jet initiative for the Indian Air Force. So, identify that company. Which is that company we are talking about? It is Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL. Next is in September, which Indian airline partnered with Open Airlines to implement Skybreath, a 360 eco-flying platform designed to optimize fuel management and reduce carbon emissions. It is Akasa Air. Correct, it is Akasa Air. Take a note of this. And this collaboration aims to enhance operational efficiency and promote sustainable practices within the airline's operations. Next is in September, which company has signed a memorandum of understanding with Royal IHC Netherlands to design, build and retrofit various vessels in India. That is your Swan Defence and Heavy Industries. Take a note of this also, students. Quite interesting and important that you need to remember. Moving on, the next is mention the shipyard company with which Seatrim Offshore Technologies Private Limited of Singapore has signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the cooperation in the offshore sector across Asia, with India as a key market. So which is that shipyard? It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Right? This collaboration will combine the Seatrim's Offshore Technologies Engineering offshore solution and specialized equipment with Cochin Shipyard Limited's infrastructure, fabrication facilities and repair expertise. In October, the DRDO, they have signed an MOU with which organization under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy to establish a 300 megawatt renewable energy project across India. So, which is that organization? That is Solar Energy Corporation of India, and the target is to become net zero carbon emitter by 2070. This is the target of India, right? And this will be developing a 300 megawatt of capacity of solar based renewable energy project, and it will be by DRDO. Next, identify the universities that has signed an MOU with Dr. Ambedkar Foundation in October to establish Dr. Ambedkar chairs. So, which is identify that universities? It is Mumbai University, Jaipur National University, as well as GB Pant University of Technological and Agriculture. So, right option is option 5 here. Right, with this new, these 3 Dr. Ambedkar chairs have been added. Total number of operational chairs now stands at 28. Next, mark the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Andhra Pradesh in October in 2025. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options, they are rightly mentioned. Next, which of the following sectors did not feature in the MOU signed during the Mongolian president's visit to India in October. Among the following, it is defense procurement, right, that did not feature. So on what we talked about, we talked about digital solutions, we talked about geology and mineral resources, we talked about humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, as well as cooperation in the energy sector. We talked about digital solutions, science and education, culture and exchange, trade and economic development. All these things were talked about, but not defense procurement. Next, name the assault rifle for which the Ministry of Defence has signed a 659.47 crore contract in October with a consortium of MKU Limited and Medbit Technologies Private Limited to procure advanced night sight, that is image intensifier systems. It is SIG 716 assault rifle, right? This is designed for a service life of almost 10,000 operational hours or 10 years, whichever is earlier. Next, mention the world's first tri-service all-women circumnavigation sailing expedition flagged off by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in December. So, what is the name of this? It is Samudra Pradakshina. Important students. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the State Mining Readiness Index 25 unveiled by the Ministry of Mines. So, what is the name here? Right, or which is the correct statement here? Right option is all three of them. Moving on, in October, UIDAI under MEITY launched SETA. SETA is your Scheme for Innovation and Technology Association with Aadhaar. Now, question asked here is, which organization has signed this MOU with MEITY Startup Sub and UIDAI to advance the objectives of SETA scheme? It is NASSCOM. Correct, it is NASSCOM. Now, under this MOU, MSH, right, here they will basically provide technical mentoring, incubation and accelerator support to the startups and innovators here, right? And here what will be NASSCOM doing? NASSCOM will be providing the connection, industry connection, entrepreneurial support if any required. Then next is, which Indian company has signed a strategic cooperation agreement with Embraer Defense and Security of Brazil during the Vice President of Brazil, Geraldo Alckmin's visit to India in October? If we look at the option here, so which is the Indian company that signed this strategic cooperation agreement? It is Mahindra Group, right? Take a note of this. And this agreement is basically to provide C-390 Millennium aircraft for the medium transport, that is a medium transport for, or basically this aircraft will be provided for this medium transport aircraft program of the Indian Air Force. Correct. So this is the aircraft that you need to remember, C-390 Millennium aircraft. Next, how much funding has the Government of India allocated for the Kapas Kranti mission launched in October to promote high yield cotton cultivation? So what is the amount allocated here? 600 crore rupees has been allocated here. And question can be asked that this Kapas Kranti is related to which crop? It is for cotton. Then an application was also launched, and even this application was launched in Hindi also. Next, in October, the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare revised the guidelines for per drop more crop scheme. Under the old guidelines of PDMC scheme, what was the maximum funding cap for states and union territories to undertake micro-level water storage and conservation projects? So under the old guidelines, what was the limit? It is 20%, right? And now it has been increased to what? This is your 40%. Right, with this, what is it? It will be promoting this per drop more crop, means with efficient usage of water, we can grow more crops, right? Quantity of the crops can increase if we are sustainably and managing the water resources properly, and we are in agriculture, we are providing the right amount of water when required. Next, in October, the 8th session of the Codex Committee on Species and Culinary Herbs was held where? It was held in Guwahati, Assam, where Codex stands for vanilla, coriander, dried seeds and large cardamom were finalized, right? And the total number of global spices standards developed by CCSCH is 219 now. Next, name the entity under Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology that collaborated with the government of Uttarakhand to organize the Uttarakhand AI Impact Summit in October. So, name that entity. Which entity we are talking about? We are talking about India AI Mission, right? It was organized by the Department of Information Technology along with the government of Uttarakhand in collaboration with India AI Mission, and if the ministry is asked, that is MEITY. Next, identify the type of drug discovered indigenously in India to combat drug-resistant respiratory infections named nephromycin, announced by Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh in October. So, what type of drug is this nephromycin? That is in-house developed by India, that is indigenously developed by India. So, this is a kind of an antibiotic. Important, take a note of it, right? And this has been developed in collaboration with Wockhardt, that is a global pharmaceutical company in collaboration with the Department of Biotechnology. Next, identify the indigenous firearm produced by the Indian Army under 2700 crore rupees contract for 4.25 lakh units in October. So it is close quarter battle carbine. This is a kind of an assault rifle, right? And Indian Army has produced this firearm for 2700 crore rupees, and it is how many units? 4.25 lakh units will be procured, and it has also been developed in two segments, where you will be seeing 2.5 lakh units will be supplied by Bharat Forge, right, and rest 1.75 lakh units will be developed by and supplied by Adani PLR Systems. Next, mention the institute that signed an MOU with Coal India Limited to establish the Center for Sustainable Energy in October. It is what? It is IIT Madras. Take a note of this, students. Next is, as per the Henley Passport Index released by Henley and Partners in October, India's passport slipped to which position, offering a visa-free or visa on arrival access to 57 countries, while Singapore has topped the list. So India stands at 85th position. So Singapore is having access to 193 countries, that is visa-free, and they are on the first position. Whereas India, we stands at 85th position and we have access to visa-free countries. How many visa-free countries? That is 57 visa-free countries. Next is, mark the correct statement regarding International Union for the Conservation of Nature World Conservation Congress held in Abu Dhabi, UAE. That was held from 9 to 15th of October. If we look at the options here, all these three options are rightly mentioned.